Well, you had the chance to have a little bit of fun and learn a lot at the same time. Sara Schott and Emily Rugg are both here from the Ohio Division of Wildlife, so we can all learn about Lake Erie Awareness Day. Good afternoon, ladies. Thanks for being here today.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having us.
Okay, well, first of all, what is Lake Erie Awareness Day?
Yeah, Lake Erie Awareness Day is essentially an island-wide scavenger hunt on South Bass Island, which most people know as Put-in-Bay. Put-in-Bay is the village. South Bass Island is the name of the island. But it's this island-wide scavenger hunt where folks can learn about the importance, the ecological importance, historical and cultural importance of Lake Erie and its islands.
Okay.
It's actually a part of a larger, longer event called Island Green Week, which was started in 2016 to help promote ecotourism to the islands and get folks in touch with the natural world.
Yeah, it's more than just the activities happening at Put-in-Bay.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right, there's some really cool things. So what day is this? When is this?
It's August 7th, so this Thursday, and it runs from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.
And it's completely free for people to participate in. All they have to do is show up to the island.
Okay, so they get on the ferry though.
Yes.
And get to the island.
Yes.
So what all are we going to get to do when we're on this scavenger hunt?
Yeah, so there are 5 different activity stations, which you can see on the postcard here. So we have the Lake Erie Islands Nature and Wildlife Center. We have Duff Homestead and Bayfront Preserve, South Bass Island State Park, the newly renovated Aquatic Visitor Center, and Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial. So people can go to these different stations around the island and learn different things from different organizations and what they're doing to improve the aquatic ecosystem and conservation of Lake Erie and its islands.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. There's a lot to learn there. Sara, tell us a little bit more about the Aquatic Center.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
It's really exciting. We're opening it tomorrow.
Oh, okay, it's brand new.
It's brand new. And so folks who come out for Lake Erie Awareness Day can be one of the first folks to see it. So we are really excited to open the doors there. Some of the displays that you can see inside, we will have a raceway, which kind of think of it as a really huge aquarium, where we're going to have native fish species. I was there yesterday to help prep, and they have a sturgeon tank. They have itty bitty sturgeon that are this big. They're super cute. And then we have some really beautiful dioramas showing the ecosystem Lake Erie and educating people about the importance of our aquatic ecosystem there. But that's not all we're doing there for Lake Erie Awareness Day. We have even more because that's not enough.
You guys need more to do.
I know.
Yes.
The Division of Wildlife will have our mobile kitchen there, which we use to travel around the state to different events just like this to teach people about wild game, anything from venison to walleye, which we'll be highlighting on Thursday. So we'll fry up some fresh walleye samples, teach people how to fillet and how to process and cook walleye, and they will get to try, I think walleye tacos is what we're going to go with, but we might switch it up. So we'll have all sorts of things for people to try.
That's really cool because we do see all of the anglers who get in the river and in the lake, during the walleye run, and you're like, okay, now we have all this fish, but now what do we do with it? So that's really cool. Maybe somebody gifts you some walleye. Okay, so really cool to be able to figure out a good recipe and how we can, make the most of that. So you mentioned all you have to do is get to the island to participate, but do people need to like sign up ahead of time or anything for this, or how do they participate?
No, so we're gonna have 3 different information stations around the island, one set up at the Jet Express, one set up at the Miller Ferry, and one set up downtown at the Chamber of Commerce. And these information stations are where people can pick up these postcards, where they can pick up maps, learn about the event, and then they're off and they can start their scavenger hunt.
Now, I love a good scavenger hunt because usually there are prizes involved.
Yes.
So what happens if I get to all of them?
So if you get your postcard stamped at all stations, you fill out a survey and you get entered in to win a couple of prizes. We have a raffle drawing, and one prize is going to be free weekend of camping at South Bass Island State Park.
Okay, that's a pretty good prize.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good prize. Why is this all so important? Because we just know, oh yeah, the lake, it's there. It's it's always there. Why is it so important that we take a we take a day and we celebrate it, first of all, have a little fun, but learn about it too? Why is it so important?
Yeah, I think a lot of people obviously know Lake Erie and they see the surface of the water. They don't understand what's happening below the surface. There's a lot of great things. There's the walleye and the yellow perch fishery that provide a lot to our ecosystem, but also our economy. And if those were to collapse, we would lose so many jobs, and it would be it would affect so much, not just our ecosystem, but also the people who live here. But things like the Lake Erie algae blooms, our H2 Ohio project that we're trying to help clean up the lake and things like that. There's so many things going on, and it's such a bigger picture than what we see just on top of the surface, from tiny macroinvertebrates, the mayflies, you know, that emerge, and everything. Those tiny bugs, they're so important to our ecosystem.
Sure.
They are so important, and if we didn't have them, it could harm a lot of what's going on in Lake Erie. So days like this, hopefully educate people, get them to appreciate, you know, more of what's below the surface, and hopefully get them to conserve and protect that and think differently about some of their actions.
Think we're not just taking a ferry out to put in bay.
It's an educational experience.
Yes. Okay. So remind everybody when and where.
So it's
for more information. Yeah.
Thursday, August 7th, between 10 and 4 on South Bass Island, also known as Put-in-Bay.
So get yourself there and make a day of it and enjoy it, because it's summer and summer's winding down, and no better way to celebrate that than to get out there on the water. Ladies, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.